Leaked music is something that has been around for decades, and it has affected artists in a variety of different ways. Some leaks have ruined releases for artists, causing them to lose money, and others have increased hype for artist releases, putting more money in their pockets. But leaks have also put a lot more money in other people's pockets as well. Over the past few years, some leakers have been buying, selling, and trading leaked songs online, with some going for over $20,000 a piece. The Juice WRLD leak community alone has spent over $600,000 on these songs. So join me today as we look into a $1 million industry, the leaked music industry. So for this video, I reached out to a few well-known leakers in the community for an interview, but unsurprisingly, no one wanted to do it. So I had to take it upon myself to investigate this situation, and I even went undercover in a leaking server. But first, if you're unaware of what leaked music is, let me sum it up for you. What is a leak? It's pretty simple. A leaked song is a song that was released unofficially, whether it was by an outside or an inside source. We all might be familiar with outside sources, but what do I mean by an inside source? Well, it can mean anyone from the artist team, whether it be a producer, an engineer, or the artist themselves. A handful of artists have even leaked their own music. I remember specifically when Ski Mask the Slump God leaked his project Beware the Book of Eli because he was having issues with his label. A leak could be a full-length, high-quality version of the song, or it could just be an unfinished demo from a studio session. Oftentimes, songs are intentionally leaked, but sometimes they can be accidentally leaked as well. Like the time when Ugly God accidentally sent an email with 100 songs to a random fan who then held them for ransom. But if it wasn't obvious enough already, I do want to clarify that leaking music is technically illegal since it is considered piracy. The most notable artists whose music is leaked include Kanye West, Juice WRLD, xxxtentacion, playboi Carti, Lil Uzi Vert, and many more. Of course, this leaking happens outside the rap world as well, but it is most common in the rap community. But my next question was, when and how did leaks begin? Well, in 1969, two anonymous men created the first ever bootleg album of Great White Wonder by Bob Dylan. They compiled recordings of him playing in a hotel room, studio sessions, and live performances, which is what many leaks are nowadays. They worked at a record distributor in Los Angeles, and because of that, they had a lot of connections. At first, they just made a few hundred pressings, but it was enough to get it into record stores. This was the beginning of many bootlegs to come. Then when the internet came onto the scene in the 90s, things got even more complicated, with one of the first ever leaks being the album Songs of Faith and Devotion, which was being sent around in online chat rooms, back when they had those, of course. These leaks began to replace bootlegs as leaks were much more accessible. Back then, the leaked music typically spawned from press releases, which is when songs would be sent out early to the press for reviews.
College students are making good use of the internet. The latest software makes it a bit too easy for students to access their favorite tunes.
In the early 2000s, leaked songs obtained by fans began to be uploaded to websites like Napster, MySpace, and LimeWire. For instance, a Metallica song was leaked onto Napster in 2000 and was so popular that it even made its way to radio stations before it was officially released. Because of this, Metallica sued Napster and won, and Napster went bankrupt a couple of years later. However, leaks have continued on since that incident, and with new websites like YouTube, SoundCloud, and Discord, leaks are more prominent now than ever before. So, how does something leak? There's a large variety of ways that things can be leaked, so I'm just going to mention the most common ones. One of the most obvious ones is a hacker gaining access to an email where the file may be. Another common one is phishing, where a leaker sends an email to a producer, artist, or someone with access to the music, pretending to be someone else so that that person sends the song. Sometimes artists will use public studios and save their files to the computers there, giving access to anyone else who will be in that studio. Mac Miller, for example, said to avoid this issue, he would use unassuming aliases, which is how his Larry Fisherman identity came to be. With a lot of artists nowadays sending music back and forth to producers, engineers, and other artists, it's pretty easy for one of those people to send music to a friend and it somehow gets out that way. There's also weak links in the industry, whether it be a producer, engineer, or someone else, who will sell leaks online or just release them for free. Even Murda Beats said that he used to leak old Migos songs that he knew wouldn't drop. Like I said earlier, music can also leak accidentally, like the incident with Ugly God. I've personally seen some smaller artists that I'm fans of accidentally release music by posting songs publicly on SoundCloud when they meant to post it privately. However, some people believe that leaks are intentional as some sort of marketing strategy from labels to boost sales. One leaker said in an interview with Vice, "I think some music also comes from labels because I see people selling songs that are about to come out in a week's time. If a song is going to drop in a week, who else would have that other than someone in a label?" Like I said, hackers have gotten into many artists' emails, but they could also get into yours too. The best way to protect your emails, your search history, and all of your internet browsing is with Atlas VPN. There's a bunch bunch of cool features you can receive with Atlas VPN for just $183 per month with 3 free months included. My favorite and most commonly used feature is probably the fact that you can get early access to music. For example, if a song or an album is dropping at midnight, you can just set your region to Australia to get early access to that music. On screen, you can see me doing it for the new Yeet song coming out tonight. And you can also do this for a bunch of other media that is not available in your region. As far as safety goes, a VPN basically encrypts your data and hides your location when you're using the internet. It also will block annoying malicious links, ads, and trackers. Another cool perk is that it can help you get the best deals when you're shopping online. And even better, you don't need a new subscription for each device you're using because one subscription will cover all of your devices. Like I said, right now Atlas VPN is running a huge discount where you can get a 3-year subscription for just $183 a month. You get 3 free months and you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's pretty simple to use. You just download it, select which region you want to be connected to, and you're good to go. Make sure to click the link in the description and the pinned comment. I think you guys might like this, especially if you want to get some early access to music. Anyways, back to the video. So once a leaker obtains a song, what happens next? Well, many leakers will actually auction off these songs, a trend that is becoming much more popular as of late. How are leaks sold? Once a leak is obtained, it could either be released to the public for free or it can be sold. Recently, especially, we've been seeing a lot more leakers hold these songs that they stole to themselves and saying that if the fans want to hear it, they're going to have to pay a certain price. One of the most common ways that these leaks are sold is on Discord in the form of a group buy. A group buy is basically where tons of fans will chip in trying to reach a target price, and once that price is hit, the leaker will release the song. I somehow found my way into a group buy server for some Juice WRLD leaks, and this is kind of how it looked. The server was for 2 Juice WRLD songs, the price was set to $10,000, and it had over 1,100 members. This is how most group buys are. The leaker will name a price and people will chip in until the goal is hit. Prices for these group buys can range anywhere from hundreds of dollars to tens of thousands of dollars. In these servers, there are administrators, moderators, and ranks for people that have and haven't paid. There's also a channel where you can make payments with a variety of different methods, and a channel with info about the tracks along with multiple text channels. Group buys like these have been the primary way of selling leaks over the past few years. There are also websites like leaked.cx where on the hip hop forums, although they do have a bit of genuine discussion, they also contain a lot of leaks. Oftentimes, invitations to Discord group buys will be advertised and sent out on these forums. On top of all the group buys, a lot of leakers will also post leaks to streaming services. Then they'll collect money from the royalties. It's pretty easy to go through third-party distribution services like DistroKid and upload a leak to a fake account. One leaker that Pitchfork interviewed claims that they made around $60,000 from doing this. Although it seems like streaming services have been cracking down on this a lot more recently, it still was a very good way to make money. With less monitored platforms like YouTube and SoundCloud, it is extremely easy to find leaks for almost any artist under the sun. But not every single leaker sells the songs that they find. Some leakers find the songs for themselves and others just share them for free within the community. I've also found my way into a Mac Miller Discord server, and some fans in there will just find and share old unreleased music for the love of it rather than the profit. And I know I've mentioned some pretty big prices throughout this video, but how much money has actually been made from these leaks? I personally strongly believe that much more than $1 million has been made from leaks alone. I also believe that much more than $1 million has been lost from leaks too, but I'll touch on that later. Like I mentioned in the intro, the Juice WRLD community alone is believed to have spent over $600,000 on leaks, which isn't too hard to believe when some songs have gone for over $20,000 a piece. And on top of that, that statistic is a year old, so imagine just how many more leaks have been bought in the last year. Another huge group buy outside of the Juice WRLD community was Jay Electronica's album Act 2, The Patents of Nobility, The Turn, which was sold for $9,000. Other artists like Lil Uzi Vert, Playboi Carti, and xxxtentacion have all had leaks sell for over $1,000. Like I said earlier, people have also been making a lot of money from royalties on streaming services as well. And these are just the numbers that we know about. Now imagine all the numbers that have not been reported and all the leakers that have not been interviewed and how much money they've probably made.
And I know that they're anxious about getting the songs, but at the same time, it's in a development stage. It's like we don't go out like and say, hey,
it's not ready yet.
Yeah, I want to build a house, but they're taking pictures every 5 minutes of, okay, the railing's up. Hey, I got a railing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the soil's there. It's like we don't have a chance to develop.
What can leaks cause? One of the biggest issues that I've seen leaks cause is delays. We've seen artists like Uzi who have had to delay projects due to leaks. Also, ID Labs, a close friend and producer of Mac Miller's, made a post on Reddit about how leaks were literally ruining future releases for his family. Another big issue is that artists can lose out on a lot of money due to these leaks. One big reason that artists could lose on money is because if a song is played out before it's even released, it'll have a lot less hype hype when it is released, therefore they'll be missing out on streams. However, this hasn't always been the case because songs like Stay by the Kid Lil Roy and Blueberry Faygo by Lil Mosey were leaked prior to their release, yet they were still smash hits. And the other big issue that leaks cause is legal issues. Leaking music is considered piracy, especially if you're selling it, which could lead to an arrest or jail time. For example, one 19-year-old leaker from Britain was actually arrested for hacking and leaking music. On the flip side, some artists have actually said that they like leaks and that they find them beneficial. For example, Drake once said, "Giving people the opportunity to judge before they go and buy, I think that can only help." One of the main reasons I wanted to interview a leaker for this video is because I wanted to ask whether or not they felt bad about what they're doing. But since I couldn't get that interview, I figured I'd ask you guys your thoughts on leaks. Do you love them? Do you hate them? Do you think it's wrong to leak music? Or do you think that the fans deserve to hear the music? Let me know what you guys think about leaks in the comments below. Regardless, the leaked music industry is an insane industry that has made tons of money, and although I do think it's ridiculous to pay $20,000 for a song that could have the possibility for releasing in the future, it's extremely impressive and astonishing that people have created an entire industry from leaked music. All the way from the first bootleg in 1969 to the hundreds of thousands of dollars that have been made in 2022 on Juice WRLD leaks alone, the leaked music industry is extremely impressive. Let me know what you guys think about leaks in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. This has been Manny Balls, and I'll see you guys next time.